You go fishing with no rhymes, with nothing. You answer that question. I'm going fishing after the week. I'm going fishing. He said, oh, I'm going there fishing too. Like, mashallah. So you're like Hafiz, you got a companion. We got over there. You prepared. I got a Dunkin' Donut coffee and a Snicker bar. And you look at me like, you're here for fishing, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Here fishing. How's that going to help you? What? The equipment. You got to be serious. Oh, yeah. Do you have an extra rod? That's what happened. Give me paper, brother. Right or wrong? Give me paper. Can I have a pencil? All right, this guy gave him a half a paper. This guy gave him a pencil. He's taking notes. Put them in his pocket. Go home. His wife, mother, do the laundry. They're gone. How are you going to benefit from those notes? And then he's going to. Some even they give back. They give back the paper and the pencil to the person who gave it to them. He's not even. The brother said, "That's your notes." Nah, it's okay. You can have them. So why you're here? Ask yourself why you're here. It's very important. You cannot graduate unless you're serious about that course. Right or wrong, Hassan? You gotta be serious about the course that you're taking. You're gonna make time. You know your schedule, right or wrong. When they give you the schedule, Monday you show up, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday off, Saturday morning. These are your classes, these are your teacher, this is your subject matters. 80% and up, you pass. That's what it is, or less or more. 80 now? You have to get what, 70 something or 75? Okay. I raised the bar, sorry. But a person will bear really if he want to get at least 75 or more. But he wants to get more. He wants to get 90, 95, 100, right? Because the better the grades are, the better his resume look better. But here in Islam, alhamdulillah, we don't worry about A plus or B between us, but we just worry about worshiping Allah with knowledge. Because that's what gives you certainty, give you ease, you know what you're doing is right, and you're comfortable with that. Okay? So it's not just like, okay, well, I come whenever I want. No. You gotta come and attend the classes, come ready. If there is a book, get that book. Be prepared, notebook, take notes. When you go home, do your homework, ask the teacher, listen man, I didn't understand this. Can I text you? Can I do this? Same way you do with the math and physics and science and history. هكذا بارك الله فيكم. Alhamdulillah. So the first topic, what was again?
Cleaning
the heart. Alright. Yeah, 10 minutes sharp. Maybe 7 now. Yeah, we can do 10 minutes. Inshallah. طيب. Somebody has to look at the time for us, okay? It's like what now? 8 what? 7:58. 7:58? Alright, so 8:08. Alright? We'll put the time. Sheikh al-Azaymin used to have put the time. And if you listen to Sheikh al-Azaymin rahimahullah ta'ala classes on YouTube and stuff, and he used to be on the CD cassettes. You remember cassettes? You remember or not? Adam? Not CDs, tapes, yes. TDK tapes. Yeah, no, all that stuff. So you used to listen to them and then you hear alarm. Sheikh al-Uthaymeen used to set the alarm, man. Alright, let's elaborate together on this topic about the heart. What can you say? We start from the youngest to older or youngest? Yeah, give you some time to think. So you're the youngest or no? No. You look like you're a young brother. You're not? No. Not tonight? Okay. Alright, let's, I want to say something to us about the, now, Alhamdulillah.
If the heart is pure, the Prophet said there's one organ in the body
Ahsant. Naam, the hadith, the main hadith about this. Prophet ﷺ, he says, إِنَّ فِي الْجَسَدِ مُضْغَةً. Indeed, there is an organ or a morsel of flesh in the body. إِذَا صَلُحَتْ صَلُحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. SubhanAllah. If it's righteous and upright and pure, the entire body, meaning your eyes, your way of thinking, your thoughts, your tongue, everything, be righteous and upright. But if it's corrupt, then it affects the entire body. Everything becomes corrupt, and that is the heart. Now,
When commit sins, there's each sin becomes a covering of the heart, or
before that, a dot, black dot on the heart.
And if we don't repent, it can become a covering, which is very serious because now we can't distinguish between
Ahsant. Aina. Another hadith of the Prophet says when a person commits a sin, that sin leaves a black dot on the heart. And remember now, you have a black dot on your nice thobe, white thobe. Usually what you do with that? Wash it. Try your best to get rid of it, right? Because it doesn't go along with it. Not along, you have 10 of them, that's a problem. And now it's going to take more energy, efforts, washing. Are they going to come or not? The more the stain stays there, the more it becomes irresistible to move, and this and that and that. So the Prophet ﷺ said, if that person repent, سُقِلَ قَلْبُهُ, the heart is purified now, alhamdulillah. That black dot is gone. But if he doesn't and sin again, it keep accumulating, and they become a cover. They cover the heart. Person, he's listening to the truth, but he's not getting into his heart. You wonder, some people, may Allah protect us. They listen, khutbahs, classes, everywhere, but it goes one ear out the other. It doesn't penetrate in the heart. It just doesn't. It's like oil doesn't go into the engine. You put in a lot of oil, where would the oil go? And if the oil don't go inside the engine, what's going to happen? I'm not a mechanic, but Muhammad, what do you think? Oil don't go to the engine. Is this a good thing or a bad? It's bad. It's bad. It's not going to function right. It's not going to function. Now, what else? Bassam.
قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم.
Ahsant. Allah tells us in the Quran about the day of judgment. Translation of the ayah that Bassam says, on the day of judgment, Allah tells us, no, on the day, that day, no wealth or offspring will be of any benefit. If somebody has money in this life and his money has kept him away from worshipping Allah and being a good servant of Allah, because it's not haram to have money. You can be rich, it's not a problem. It's not a problem in Islam. It's not haram in Islam to be rich. But what is not right if the person put all of his efforts towards getting that money. Even if it's from halal now. No, we're not talking about from haram. We're talking a person, he is a billionaire from halal. But he put all of his life into that money. No masjid, no deen, no Quran, no sunnah, neglecting everybody's right. That's a big problem. That person is not going to take that money with him. It's not. And even if they bury it with him, he's not going to benefit him when he stands in front of Allah. Likewise, if a person, all of his life, entire life, just children. Allah gave him a lot of children. He's just spent his time with them. They keep him away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's another problem. So Allah says, no wealth, no offspring will be of any benefit, except for the one who brought a pure heart. heart that used to pump tawheed, not just blood. Pump tawheed, sunnah, good akhlaq, good manners, truthfulness, and all of that. Now, there are a few more minutes about this very important topic. Young man, that t-shirt is something else. Allah musta'an. What can you say about the heart? Read your notes. Those who were with us, check your notes. This is the time that you can read from your notes, inshallah. Naam. Ahsant. The heart fluctuates and it's not the same. That's why you have to take care of it. That's why you have to ask Allah first. Right or wrong? You have to turn to Allah. Look, we take care of our engines and this and change oil, this, that, fluids. Because you have to take care of the engine. Because the engine is the most important thing in the car, not the rims. It's nice to have good tires, beautiful cushion, interior, right? But if the engine is shut down, that car ain't going nowhere. Look good, everything looks good. People, they pass by that driveway, man, nice track. This is a nice shut down track. Nice, taking you nowhere track. You see? That's it. Likewise, a person looking good, mashallah, always in the masjid, always this, that. Where's the heart? The condition of the heart is very, very important. Ikhlas, sincerity, and applying the religion, but we have to learn first. And always knowing who I am, why I'm this life. I'm here to worship Allah. Anything else, eating, sleeping, getting married, children, business, studying, school, that's just something that we do as a human. If you never get married or never study nowhere, nothing, no degrees, you never made a dime, you never saved. You used to work, take care of yourself. It's okay, that's normal, that's all right. But what's not all right if a person to neglect the reason behind their creation. That's a very important question Abu Zaki mentioned. What's going to save us? What's going to save us is Tawheed, proper creed, Iman, Taqwa of Allah. But we're human, we're not perfect. You're not going to say, okay, if I study these years and this and be in the masjid every day, every salat, for I don't know what years, this is it. No, it's not. You're going to do that until you die on that. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. Worship your Lord until death comes to you. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's the best of mankind, and he used to ask Allah, يَا مُقَلِّبَ الْقُلُوبِ ثَبِّتْ قَلْبِي عَلَى دِينِكَ. He's the best of mankind, and he used to make this dua a lot. So much so that one of his wives said, I hear you a lot saying this dua. Oh Allah, you are the one who turns the hearts. Keep my hearts firm upon your religion, upon the right path. He said to her, yes, because the hearts are between two fingers from the fingers of the most merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He turns them as he wishes. That's why he asked Allah firmness upon that. So if this is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing this, what about me and you? We're supposed to make this dua all the time. Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. You are the one who turns hearts. Keep my heart firm upon your religion. صاحب الوقت ايش حصل؟ El tiempo? ¿Qué pasó? Pasado? He didn't tell me. He told me? Spanish, Arabic, French? I didn't hear you. Sorry, I didn't hear you. طيب All right, so we wrap up that subject of the heart. What was subject number 2 that we studied? Naam Adam? The family structure in Islam, not on Oprah's view or Dr. Phil. People, they can tell you a whole lot what Oprah said, what Dr. Phil said, Dr. OZ, whatever, Oz. But, huh? Whatever it is. But then you tell them what Quran says. I'm not in that level yet. You're on Oprah's level, Dr. Phil, and all of them together, but no Quran? Can you bring an ayah about the structure of family in Islam? What the Prophet ﷺ said? His life? Okay, so that's what we want to hear now. We covered 5, if I'm not mistaken, 5 parts. Right? Or 4? Muhammad. 5, right? 5 parts on this. It was very important subject matter. The family structure in Islam and the household. We talk about the home, the Muslim home. Remember? All right. This one we may give it 15 minutes. Or 10. 10, yeah. We'll see. It's already in? Counting. Good. Now, family structure in Islam. Adam.
The two most important things about the house is the husband and the wife.
Aina. The most important people in a family is the husband and the wife. Who, if Allah grant them children, they become father and mother. These are very important people in that house. And everybody should notice that. They should know it themselves that, look, we're very important here and we have a very important role to play. Aina. In anything else you do, in anything, like in a kitchen, you have 2 cooks, all right, and then you have people that clean and wash and you have the people that take orders and serve the orders. But who's the most important people? 2 people. The cook. If there's no cook, there's nothing else. Likewise in a clinic, 2 doctors. And then you have nurses and you have other people that do a lot of things, right? But if those 2 doctors didn't show up one day, what happened? What those nurses will do and the people that in the reception, what they will do? So you can sit down, we're waiting for the doctor. I'll give you another example. You have a flight, very important flight, right? And you made it to the airport and everybody there, and then they said, look, sorry, we supposed like be boarding like 20 minutes ago, but we're still waiting for 2 important people. Who that may be? It's me? It's gonna be me? That's sitting in 34B? Huh? That's gonna be me? Huh? We'll make that 34C, because I don't like middle seat. Alright, unless if you're riding on MD-88, that's gonna be aisle seats. Anyway, so who's these 2 important people? Right? Pilot and co-pilot. Can that plane go somewhere without these 2 guys? You ain't going nowhere. But then if a few passengers are missing, are they gonna wait for them? And reschedule the flight? I don't care. No, you came late, brother. But if the pilot is late, everybody's gonna wait. It's important. And you know how important that is. So we need to know the role of the husband and wife in a family structure. Now, what else? See, you guys are getting me into doing the talking again. I'm supposed to be talking right now. Faddal, what can you share with us about the family? Now we have those who are not married giving us advice. Now,
You have to teach the children when they're small.
Ahsant. Now, the family, the Muslim home and the Muslim family is based on teaching. One of the main things that is based on is teaching. You gotta teach our children the proper Islam. Don't just like give them a Muslim name. That's a good thing. You give them a Muslim name, MashaAllah, Ibrahim, Ismail, Muhammad, Abdullah, her name is Aisha, Safiya, Khadija, Maryam, beautiful. But where is the Islam? Why they're not taught Islam? They have to be taught is proper Islam. From the same way you feed them, don't you? Some parents, they wait until when they're teenager now, 15, 17, and start tripping, and they're like, why is he tripping? You didn't give them nothing. You didn't give them no knowledge, no of the deen, for them to give you something back. Who remember the statement of Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah? Ibn al-Qayyim said something like this. What did he say? Somebody remember who can read from his notes?
Is it the one that if the parents have taqwa, that's also that's the source
No.
of uprightness?
Not down.
No, yeah. Oh, well, there's something about Ibn Qayyim. The life of the animals, yeah, if you're just sleepy and
No.
not that one.
You remember Adam? Ibn al-Qayyim said something about parents neglecting the education of their children. You remember Hassan? You don't have children, they're all grown. That's why you're not paying attention. Now, somebody remember? No.
So, parents neglecting the children when they're young, but by the time they turn 15 or 16, then they implement, follow up on the right path, but the child may be
No, that's different.
okay, but
That was different. That's not what Ibn al-Qayyim said.
Is it
But what you're saying, hold on. But what he's saying is important. Wazim asked that question. He's right next to you and he said, what about some of the parents, when their kids, they were little, really little, they were not practicing, or they were practicing salat, but they were limited. They didn't have no knowledge, nothing. Until with their children, they become teenagers, or even more than that. Now Allah opened the hearts for those parents to start learning. So what is the case? But that's different. That's a good thing. Hold on to that point. We're going to get to it. Now, what's Ibn al-Qayyim said?
is it the saying where he says that most of the children that are corrupt, they become corrupt because of their parents?
Ahsant. Now, he says most of those children or youth, teenagers who are not upon the right path, they are corrupt when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to knowing about Allah, about the religion. They don't practice, and therefore they give hard time to themselves, to their parents, to the society. He says because their parents has neglected them when they were little. He says most of those youth and teenagers who are corrupted and giving hard time almost to everybody, these ones on drugs, these one on gangs, these one I don't know who or what, bad akhlaq, bad manners, they lazy, negligent, irresponsible, they don't care. Why? Is it because they white, they black, they Arab, they from India, from Bangladesh, from Egypt, from Somalia? No. He says because their parents has neglected their education. They didn't nurture them and cultivate them when they were little. They neglected them. They just, go ahead, public school, streets, do whatever you want. Go to your room, do what? Never taught them anything about Islam. Nothing about Allah. They know how they want to blame them when they grow up. So those teenagers now, they cannot benefit themselves and they cannot benefit anybody else. It's like a tree that somebody just put a tree in the backyard and neglected it for years. What do you think would happen to that tree? What will happen to that tree? Huh? What will happen to that tree? Somebody just like, oh man, he visited a friend and he has a peach tree. And this man loves peaches. Peaches are awesome, by the way. Right? So he's like, what happened? He said, yeah, we planted this and a few years now. He's like, oh, where do you get it? Home Depot. You go to Home Depot, ask them, go to the tree area, you know. What do they call them? That place that sell trees?
Nursery.
Huh?
Nursery.
Nursery. What do you say, Bassam? Don't repeat. The nursery. They just go ahead. He went, did it, put it in the backyard, go to sleep. Never checked on that tree. What's going to happen to that tree? If it doesn't die. If it does. The tree, by Allah's permission and leave, the tree made it. Didn't die. It was rainy, mashallah, rainy season and stuff. Huh? But what happened to that tree now? What's going to happen to it? Huh? It's going to grow crooked, weak. You see? Crooked. Maybe he's in his way now. He can even get to his, I don't know what, because he didn't take care of it. So now that tree, not only that it's not giving the fruits, it's in his way now because he grew crooked. So it's become a problem for him, right? Who are you going to blame it on? Home Depot? You gave me a crooked tree? Him. Because he didn't take care of it, right? I'm sure here in Florida you pass on A1A, or which is like 811 by the way, right? Or the US1 or whatever. These trees, especially those that are still young, you see they support them, right? They have support so they can grow straight. Can you neglect a tree until it grows crooked? After a couple of years, it's a grown-up tree. You want to correct it now? You want to adjust it? What's going to happen to it? It's going to break. It ain't going to break. It's late now. You're going to do it when it's still young, fresh. Likewise, some of us parents, we neglect the education of our children. When they grow up enough and then they start giving us hard time, we blame them. Instead of, like we said, it's not your fault, son. It's not your fault. It's mine. I take all responsibility. It's all me. You have nothing to do with it. Because when you were 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, I didn't do nothing. I didn't give you anything. Why am I asking you something in return? I didn't give you anything. Every container give what? Who can complete the sentence? Every container give what it contains. Empty container, what are you going to pour something? Can you imagine somebody come to your house and bring you a pitcher? It's clear pitcher, by the way. And you see it's empty. And he's like, oh, we're going to, inshallah, drink some avocado juice today. And then you say, may I make a correction? He said, yeah. Maybe you're saying we're going to pretend to drink some avocado juice today because that pitcher ain't giving us anything. See? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. You want, some parents neglect the education of their children. Just like that, they want children to be hafid, good akhlaq, good manners, be nice, kiss them on the head. That may happen. Because Allah is merciful and Kareem. Yes, that may happen, even if some parents, and it's happening actually. I know, for sure, some examples that pass in my life, whereas the parents are totally out there in the dunya, ripping and running like we say. And then that child, subhanAllah, 14 years old, is memorizing Quran, attend the class. Tawfiq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need some more time for this one because it's very important. No, we give another 5 minutes about the structure. What makes a Muslim home a real Muslim home? Was it's written on the door, this is a Muslim home? No. Quran and Sunnah hanged on the walls. Some people, they hang ayats on the walls. Right or wrong? You seen them? Some people, they hang ayats, kursi, big. I mean some, what do you call those? Frames. Huge, heavy frames. The frame of Ayat al-Kursi bigger than the dresser. Me, I go to some people's house and they said, sit right here. I said, under that? I don't think so. Unless if you give me a helmet. You know the helmet for construction? I'm not sitting under that frame. Because if it fell on me, he said, it's only Quran. is the frame, brother. Come on, be real. Talking about Quran. If you die, yeah, good for you. You get hit by either kursi. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Who told you that? Beside the point, it's not good to have those things. The ulama, they says Quran was not revealed to beautify your living rooms. Quran is revealed that you gotta come to your hearts. That's the place of the Quran. Oh, that's what Ayat al-Kursi taking a big place, and then what happened? Nobody know what it means. Many of those people in the house don't even memorize it. They don't know what it means, so it's not going to benefit them. Now, worst, you become a shirk now. The ulama like Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Baz, you become a shirk if someone say, as long as this Ayat al-Kursi on the wall, nothing will happen. All the storms can come here. Matthew, Mary, Florence, our home is protected by that frame that they bought, I don't know, in Virginia or whatever. Now from Amazon anyway. So this is not how you're going to protect your home. You protect your home by implementing Quran, applying Quran and the Sunnah in your life, making it revive it. Now I'm answering the question. What makes a Muslim home a real home?
What makes a Muslim home a real home is where Allah's legislation is being enforced.
Implemented. Ahsan, I know. What Allah legislates for us only that which is good for us. So we have to do that, not to neglect that and bring something else. People, they neglect what Allah wants us to do in our homes, to be a good homes, that benefit everybody, and we import something else. Now, what else? Taqwa, righteousness. What else? Cooperation. The husband and wife, they have to be on the same page. Yes, they may argue one day, they disagree, but he should say to her, and she should always remind him, look, me and you, man, you're the pilot, I'm the co-pilot here. If this plane gonna stay on 30,000 feet, and nice, ride, smooth, he's gonna get bumpy sometimes. There ain't no smooth ride all day. The ride may get bumpy, right? That's why they have seatbelts. So now, yes, he tell his wife, and she remind him, said, look, me and you, doesn't mean that we're going to be like see eye and eye to eye and everything. No, I'm going to say something that you don't like. You say something that I don't appreciate or whatever, but we still have a job to do. It's like this is what you're supposed to teach. This is what an owner of any business teaches the people that work for him, right or wrong. He says, look, man, you work here. You're not here to make friends. It's okay if some of you end up being friends. That's even better for the business. But you're not here for that. Can you imagine? You leave home because you came here to work. Just because somebody give you a hard time and you change everything and now you're not working, that's not good. We'll not accept that. Whether people are okay with you or not, jobs still need to be what? Done. Don't do the done on like, well, I'm not in a good mood, I ain't working. Go home then, don't come here. So some people, they just want to get married and stuff. No, this is a responsibility. I know. Let's put in, inshallah ta'ala, the third topic. What was the third topic we dealt with in these 2 weeks? Ahsan, cooperation upon righteousness. What this word cooperation mean? Work with one another. Ta'awun, ahsan. English? Aiding, help, come together. I know, you gotta compromise sometimes, not the truth. You gotta compromise your rights sometimes, meaning like, even though you feel some way, but you compromise a little bit, and like, in our term, because this word compromise, that it could be understood in the other way. You don't compromise the truth. But if you want to say you go blind one day, like you didn't see it, especially between husband and wife, you gotta learn how to go blind sometimes. Even though your eyes are wide open, but you didn't see it. Even if somebody come and say, you see what she do? I see. Oh, you were here. Leave me alone. I told you I didn't see it. This is how you gotta bring some love, keep. You gotta go deaf sometimes. You didn't hear it. Right, wrong. He didn't hear it. Even in her, she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Don't worry about it. I hear it. She's gonna appreciate it. She know you heard. You heard her, but she's like, this man is a wise man. You gotta go blind and deaf sometimes, man. If you want things to go, but if you stop at everything, what did he say? No, I didn't say that. No, you said, sit down. I think you're about to go to the masjid. Forget about the masjid. Forget about the masjid. What are you talking about? What mentality is it? No, I ain't going to no masjid until you tell me exactly what you said. It's better for you not to hear it. I'm not going nowhere until I hear it. This is a problem. You're supposed to stay away from things. Even if you hear it, just go like you didn't hear anything. Even if somebody say, you didn't hear me? Yeah. What are you going to do about it? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm leaving. I don't have anymore. I'm not going to sit here and ruin my day, man. I ain't created to fight with you or to argue with the other guy. I'm created to worship Allah and to remember Allah. Yes, fighting and stuff. Everybody can do that. But what I'm doing right now, I worked hard for this. I used to fight for it and everything. Now I learned to leave the scene before the police get in. That's it. Because if the police get in, it's like what? Your words against his and hers, why you want to get into that? Leave the scene, man. Upon taqwa, you remember Allah. That's it. And your life's going to stay smooth. It's not easy to do, by the way, okay? Naam, Adam.
Can that rule be applied when someone's trying to raise their kid? Because I see people who, everything the kid does, they call it out. Should you go blind and deaf with your kid too?
Sometimes, yes. That's a very good point. Actually, that's one of the main ways of teaching. You don't get on the children whenever they make a mistake. Come over here. May Allah have mercy on us. We ignorant. But that's very good point, Zakma. We don't get on their case. And especially at the moment. That's why we learn from these classes. Nobody is perfect. And even when we yell at our children, come here. Later on you tell them, look, I'm sorry, man. I was supposed to talk to you that way. That's not right. This is not what Islam teaching me to do until to act with you. That's totally me, man. That's not Islam, not Quran. Don't pin this on Sunnah, nothing. Nada. Prophet ﷺ was merciful, was nice. It's me, I'm the problem. Your father, your man right here, I'm the problem. Because I still didn't get it right. Okay. Then the children, they appreciate you. And then also next time when you yell at them, they're like, my father, man, he's trying his best. Not like they're afraid and they don't want to even talk to you, they don't want to do anything. Try your best. This is, you deal with your children like this. Yeah, you teach them how to respect you because you're the father. But in the same time, you have to tell them, look, we're cool. We can talk together. We can do things together. We can travel together. We can eat together. We can play together. But I'm still your father. And you're my son. And this way you're teaching them because one day, inshallah, he may become a father and he will deal with the same way. Now, cooperation upon, so we says we assist and we help each other upon khair, upon good. Never ever get involved with evil. Don't let nobody pull you to evil, man. Ahsant. We cooperate upon good, upon taqwa, upon righteousness. Don't let the shaitan fool you, that's my man. We go back way. No, you ain't going to want to go back now. You cooperate on a forward now. You want to move forward. Even somebody you care about and he's involved in some haram, you still help him by preventing him from haram. Prophet ﷺ said, "Unsur akhaka zaliman aw madluman." Prophet ﷺ once he said, be there for your brother, meaning support him and aid him, whether he's being oppressed or he himself is the oppressor. The Sahaba, they says, we understand when he's being oppressed, yes, we'll be there to help him. How are we going to help someone who he is the oppressor himself? He said, by preventing him from oppressing others. That's how you help him. Not like you get a phone call at 11 p.m. and now somebody tell you, listen, man, we're going to take care of some business. What is it? Just come, I'll tell you, man. You remember we brothers, right? And you're going to go to some dark alley and take care of business. What business is that? Can't do stuff like that. We're Muslims, we're not gangsters, man. We're Muslims. We apply Islam. And if somebody, Muslims, that don't understand Islam correctly, we say, listen, man, we're Muslims. We don't do it that way, man. We don't take matters to ourselves and get ourselves in trouble and our families in trouble. No, and on top of that, we give bad image to Islam. Look at what these Muslims are doing. No, we don't do stuff like that. We apply the deen of Allah. Patience. There is so many ayahs about that. Allah tells us you're going to be tested, but good tidings for those who are patient. Patient doesn't mean to be passive and never ask for your right. No, you ask for your rights and you can revenge, but you have to do it in a way that is prescribed. The way that is legislated. Yeah, you can get your rights, but do it the way that is legislated. Now, we mentioned some examples about the cooperation. We cooperate on what? We help one another and assist as a family members, as a community too, society, Muslim community. Like here, for example, the ICPB community. How we apply this? We cooperate on what? Bir al-Taqwa. Now, Sheikh Fawzan, he gave some examples. Not Sheikh Fawzan, was Sheikh Fawzan or Sheikh? Yeah, was Sheikh Fawzan. He gave some examples. Like what? Giving advice. I know. We advise each other nicely, kindly. The person should feel that advice coming from the heart, not to put him on a spot. You don't give advice by calling somebody in front of everybody, I'm giving you advice. No. Nicely, you gotta take him by the hand with a big smile. And then you tell them, look, man, I might be wrong, I might be right. But I just want good for you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I learn from you a lot of things. May Allah reward you. We brothers, man, we have to keep an eye on one another, and this is what it is. And you should take the advice. You should tell him, Jazakallah khair. That's why you're my friend. Because I know myself, I got problems. Because many of us, we can't see our problems, right or wrong. The ego that we have with us always tell us, you're the best. You're straight. Well, you got no issues. That's the issue in itself when you think like you have no issue. But now we need each other. It's like a mirror. One of the ulama of the Salaf, he says, the Muslim brother should serve to his Muslim brother like a mirror. You remember, you stand in front of the mirror. Why would the person stand in front of the mirror before he leave the house? Why? Huh? Make sure he looks good. And if he looks and sees something terrible, bad on his forehead, on his nose, or whatever, what does he do? Mirror. Bad mirror, bootleg. No, it doesn't have nothing to do with the bootleg or mirror. Mirror tell you who you are. Can he blame it on the mirror? These mirrors these days gotta be from China, man. You gonna blame it on China now? But usually we don't do that, right? What do you do? Like Adam said, what do you do? Fix yourself. Are you going to see something really bad on your face and then go in front of the people? Go to office? La. You correct it before you go. Likewise, if we see each other, one of us doing something that is not right, why let him go? Until somebody address him in a bad way when you had the opportunity. Because that the mirror curse you? Does the mirror say, you stupid this, when you dare you look like that? If you have a mirror like that, just get rid of it. Mirror don't even talk to you. In a nice way, tell you who you are, right or wrong. In the most fine, cleanest way. Tell you, look, on the left side, brother, right there under your eyebrow, you got something. Even he doesn't talk to you. Likewise, you just come to somebody and nicely in the ear. Nobody hear anything. He's the only one that hears it. هكذا. Serve as a mirror for your brother. أين? Time again? So we're done. According to you, that's it. لا جزاك الله. بس جزاك الله خير. But we have like 5 minutes for the iqama. What there is some other, I'm going to mention them, some topics that we cooperate upon. We command good and forbid evil, but we have to learn how to do that. Because some people, yes, they may want to do it, but they don't know how to do it and resolve to some problems and resolve to problems. Also, we want to make sure that we aid and assist one another so that we can learn the deen. So we have to support any efforts. Now we're talking about this masjid, ICPB, there is classes. Come and learn. Invite others. Bring your families. Bring your friends. Tell them, listen, man, we fish together, man. We go Dunkin' Donuts and eat together. We go over there and we do this. We play some ball together. But we have to learn the deen together, man. This is what we create for. We're not created to eat together. It's okay if you eat by yourself. But we have to learn, man. We have to learn this deen. So we can be on the same level. We can be on the... That's why I look in the school. They put the 7th graders with the 7th grader. They don't put 7th graders with 12th graders. That's not going to do them no justice. So we have to be on the same page, close to each other's. Inshallah, learning together, the same. So we will know what's going on. Likewise, we support the efforts. Those who can teach, they make themselves available. Those who cannot teach, they say, look, what can I do? I want these efforts to continue. What do we need to do? Yeah, we need some supplies. How much? Yeah, we need like this, $300 a month supplies, $400. This is for supplies. So I don't want to see anybody next class without pencil and a notebook. How can I? Supplies for the class. Books for that class. People come, here is the book. Boom, boom, bismillah. That's what the ulama, they do. They give books free. First class, they give books free. But what we're going to wait for the idara, the administration, the masjid to do everything for us? We the community. I don't want to say we the people, right? We the Muslims. Alright? We the Muslims. We have to assume our responsibilities. Likewise, this masjid here, it's our responsibility to take care of the masjid. Make sure the masjid is okay. It shouldn't fall only on 3, 4, 5 brothers, 5 families, constantly, the rent is not paid. Alright. Now we want the people to give that with a smile. Not how much? 700? Oh. Yeah, it's 50. Now you don't see him for 3 days in the masjid. Because he's not going to see him again, they may say, we still. It's supposed to be not that. We're supposed to go to Brother Sharif, for example, he's in the administration. Tell him, Sharif, Jazakallah khairan, brother, and those brothers with you. May Allah reward you for your efforts. We're here. You do a lot of things. You make a lot of things easy for us. We want to make it easy for you. Tell us what you need. This is our masjid. It's not yours or this guy or mine. This is our masjid for our families, for our children. So what do we need? We don't want you to worry about anything. Everything should be paid. How can I? Likewise, school. And then we look actually beyond that. We're going to say, hey, we don't want to stay in the same spot, man. We want to have our own place, our own school, our children to come and study with their peers. Alhamdulillah, Muslims teachers teaching them math, but in the same time there's a Muslim teacher that when he sneezes, say Alhamdulillah, and I say, Jesus the Lord. Now you're teaching your children, but some atheist teaching them math, but in the same time he's saying all crazy things to them and all that. Now you wonder why. That's accumulate, man. 17 years later, the child is atheist. Abdullah, Muhammad, Ibrahim is atheist. Why? Because he was exposed. Anyone who's exposed to something, you don't blame them why, right or wrong? Somebody walking in the rain and you're going to blame him why he's wet? Yeah, he's walking in the rain. That's it. So we have to do that, ikhwan, help each other. Likewise, we look around us. Allah created us different. Some they have money, some they don't. Some they have good jobs, some they struggling. Then we help. We look, there is widows in the community, there is orphans, there is people with debt, people struggling. And we do that. We help. We try. Because this is good for us and good for the community. Among many other things that we mentioned. Jazakumullah khairan. Once again, barakallahu feekum. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad ala alihi wa sahbihi. Yeah, this is the last class, or we can do another one on Sunday maybe. Sunday. Because I'm leaving Monday. We do Sunday, inshallah, okay? So Sunday, inshallah ta'ala, we will do another class. Okay, between Maghrib and Isha. Maybe it's going to be with a dinner. Family. See, everybody looking at Sharif. See what I'm talking about? I just said dinner, they're like this. Yeah. Should look at each other. Right or wrong? Dinner or not? Dinner? Dinner, everybody? Some vegetables, huh? Okay, alhamdulillah. Alright, Sunday is. I shouldn't be making announcements, but alhamdulillah. So we'll do it on Sunday.